Yeah, so my name's Steve Brennan. I'm the director and owner of Corker, who is a buyer's agent in southeast Queensland. Yeah, so I've been in Corker probably about for 6 or 7 years, more in seriously for the last 3 years, I guess, dedicating some serious time to get it going. So Corker's a buyer's agent that sources property development sites for property developers, and that's our little niche in southeast Queensland. I've got an interest in property pretty well fresh out of university, so I landed my first job with a property developer. So worked my sort of first 15 years of my career with other property developers, but the bit I liked was the upfront bit, the finding sites, the acquisitions. So that's sort of where I got, when I had to pick what do I want to do on a daily basis, that's what I chose to do. Yeah, so when I first got in touch with TGH, I guess time was my biggest problem, having a full-time day job, if you like, and then trying to get the business more established. Time was my greatest challenge, and probably myself was my greatest challenge, delegating tasks or trying to get things happening automatically. Yeah, my time challenges, were around, fitting things in with my day job and with your life. So you get busy with, kids and family. It was working early mornings, working on weekends, working at night, doing a lot of non-dollar productive tasks as well. So things that didn't get me closer to, actually generating income. So I had worked previously with some virtual assistants, mainly through Upwork and those sort of websites, but only very much on a task-by-task basis. So it was really, start and finish a task, and that was the end of sort of the relationship there. So I never really progressed it into anything, more than that. And then moved, could see the value and the benefits of doing that, but just needed a mechanism, I suppose, to turn it into a full-time role, and for me to think about that role. I guess moving from a part-time or a task-by-task virtual assistant to a full-time virtual assistant, I guess what it made me do was analyse all the processes in my business. So what I did on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and then really going through that list and determining what someone else could do for me. And then I guess the challenge around that, are they going to do it the way that I like it as well? So then it was the training and getting to do things my particular way, if you like. I've been working with TGH for just over 18 months now, so coming up to 2 years in January. With Danica, my virtual assistant, she's a self-starter. She doesn't need me micromanaging her. She comes up with her own ideas, adds value in her own way as well. So and completes her tasks without me having to check on it. So I know on a daily basis those things are done. The communication's great. It's just, like I tell other people, it's just, the business is on automation, if you like. As much as I can automate from my point of view is what I want to do. So that's where she just takes the task and takes it as her own, and then makes sure it happens, and then communicates. When she needs to communicate, she communicates. But otherwise it just gets done. The biggest win for me working with TGH is, I guess, getting back my time. It made me look at my business as well. So I've looked at my business, analysed it. How can I improve what I'm doing? And that's what I love to say. I love to see things in Google Drive and spreadsheets, and they're just getting automatically updated during the day. So, that's the automation process. All the timing for me is fantastic. So it allows me then just to work on dollar productive tasks rather than sort of the back office and all the grunt work. After bringing on a VA, it's allowed me to scale in a way where I can talk to a lot more buyers. One of the challenges of being a buyer's agent for property development is finding sites as well. So it's allowed me to then source a lot more potential sites, if you like. So it's a very large top of funnel, to get a property that actually works. So your scaling up is the biggest advantage, in not only in clients but also in opportunities for my clients. So yeah, no, it's working with TGH has freed up a lot of my time. I guess I can choose to work when I want to work. When there is something important, I can get onto those top 3 priorities for the day rather than doing all the other priorities. So that gives me that flexibility then to free up the weekends. I've got a lot of 2 boys that play a lot of sport, and getting to those activities is what I love doing, and that's allowed that to happen without feeling guilty about not doing my work. Certainly the boys say, well, who's Danica? Why are you always talking about Danica? And that's what I'm saying. A lot of that's a lot of my messaging now is just talking to Danica or hitting if there's a problem or a question needs to be answered or what does this mean, then I can do that. But we'd all do that very mobile as well. So a lot of that's done through the phone and WhatsApp messaging or email, depending what the issue is, or the opportunity. Not always an issue. But I don't know if the families notice the change, but certainly I have in myself. So, like I said, they asked the question, who's Danica? Who's this Danica person that's doing all this work? I think certainly that some of the benefits of TGH is the value adding they do as well. So it's not just providing a virtual assistant then disappearing. There's regular catch-ups, also that regular reviewing of my business. So, what can we do better? Have you thought about doing this? So what are other people doing in the industry? So having that, especially me as a sole trader, if you like, I'm sort of doing it by myself to get that feedback of what other people are doing or understanding that other people have got the same struggles or here's some improvements that other people have tried. What do you think? So it's always, we're at that point now after 18 months where we are, I guess, tweaking the system now, or what's our point of difference on things, or let's try doing slightly different versions of what we're already doing and just trusting the process. But it's sort of that continual refinement of the business process. So you're working on the business rather than working in the business. So I get, so Danica, from a task perspective, on a daily basis, looks at all properties online for me, contacts all the real estate agents that sort of match our filters that we've already predetermined. She also does direct mail for me, where we've got software where she's researching properties, tagging properties, presenting them to me. These, not just the ones that I've sent to her to add, but also her own property research to add properties. And then when we do get an owner contacting me, Danica does all the due diligence as well. So all the town planning reports, the dial before you digs, puts them all in a folder, and it's all just sitting there for me to review to see if the property's any good. But certainly from a buyer's perspective, when I've got a client onboarding, then Danica takes care of all of that. When they make that initial inquiry, gets them to sign up all the forms they need to do, and copies me into all the the emails and the process, and then I just make that that final introduction call, I suppose, where we but all the admin and paperwork's done in the background. So that's some of the stuff, that's just a daily basis sort of type of thing. So and then also social media is the other. I don't even look at social media pretty much anymore. Danica creates little videos and posts and programs it all in through, I think Buffer is the software we're using at the moment to schedule all those posts. That all just happens automatically, just another thing that happens automatically. So which is what I love. The standout for me, I guess, is that value adding you're getting on your analysing your business. It's that the constant communication and staying in touch, and I think it's also the training they provide and the ongoing training they provide for their virtual assistants as well. So it's not, certainly from a property perspective, buyers agents, they're not coming in cold. We're going to teach them about property. They've got all that basic understanding already, and then it's just adapting to my style and methods. Yeah, the next 12 months for me is really refining the process. We've done the hard yards in the first 12 months or 18 months. Not that was it's not difficult, but it's just that getting the business processes in place that you want. As soon as you introduce a business process, you're always thinking of ways then of tweaking it, making it better. So yeah, for me it's trusting the process and knowing that it works, and then the next 12 months just growing on and building on that and continuing to tweak as we go. For those, considering working with TGH, I'd say definitely consider it. You've got to commit to the process and, you know, getting your virtual assistant up to, you know, teaching it the way, training her the way you'd like her to do work in your business. Certainly TGH provide a lot of training as well, but I guess from my point of view, you've got to commit to the process and let go of the task and actually delegate. Don't stop trying to. Even now, you know, 18 months in, I still find myself holding on to a task, whereas, you know, you make myself, you know, no, Danica can do this, so hand it over. You know, probably the final thing to add would be, you know, you've got to, if you're serious about your business, you've got to look at ways of improving it. You've got to look at ways of being mobile and getting a lot of that back office stuff done for you. Otherwise, you know, you can't get to the important part, which is, you know, the dollar productive task.